Hey there, fans of brotherly love wrestling. It is I, Vic Delicious.
Philly's own, the Mecca here.
It is the real McCoy, J.D.X. Justin D. Xavier. And
it's your man, CD, the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
Hello, boys and girls. This is your old friend RJ City.
Hey there, brotherly love wrestling. Bill Carr here.
Hey everyone, this is two-time guest Wheeler Yuta.
Two bozos from Philadelphia flapping their gums about pro wrestling this, pro wrestling that.
Which is not that unique in the grand scheme of things yet.
You are in for a treat because you're tuned in to Brotherly Love Wrestling.
Philadelphia, are you ready?
No! They said, are you ready?
This is Brotherly Love Wrestling Podcast, your first stop for everything professional wrestling. So sit back and enjoy wrestling talk at its finest with your hosts, Larry Hall and Joe Corrado.
Welcome, everybody, to Brotherly Love Wrestling. And obviously, as you saw and heard from the beginning of our show, you kind of know what we're probably going to be talking about today.
You showed the clip of R-Truth, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what it was. That return is what I showed. Yeah.
It was a fantastic return, but his Monday night appearance was much better.
Much better. I agree. It was much more entertaining.
I don't know how they didn't laugh. Like, dude, he was literally sitting there with fucking like 45 jelly rolls with shit all over his face. Dude, I was like genuinely laughing. I was like, this is perfect. Like, this is I hate to say it because he's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
But he's just so fucking funny. Like, everything he fucking does, his facial expressions, the way he just his delivery is fucking incredible. Like, you can't ever let him go. Let him do it forever. Let him do it forever.
I agree. I think like his payoff of like
he looks younger than I do.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy.
He's a good amount older than I am.
I know.
That's crazy. Let him do it forever. Keep paying the man. I give him $100 grand a year for that show. That's worth it.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Perfect.
Just have him popping up here and there.
I would hope he's making more than that, but I mean, that's what I'd pay him.
Yeah.
Upward of $100 grand a year just to do that.
He's probably getting paid way more than that.
You think way more
than $100 grand? Yeah.
I don't know what do you consider way more though?
I would say at least 400 grand, 500 grand. At least. Now, I might be lowballing him.
It's tough because, I mean, he's not really in ring. He's just on screen.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but I think he's definitely
figuring travel and all that shit too. I don't know, man. I was gonna max it at 250.
I'm willing to bet more. Yeah, absolutely. I would say the high end of 4, if not 5. And like I said, I think I'm lowballing. Honestly,
let us know what you think, people. We got to figure. Like, $500,000 is a lot, though. I don't know if a lot of people are making $500,000. Like, even in-ring performers. Like, think of a great wrestler, like Chad Gable. He's probably in the 100 grand.
Yeah, I don't know how to gauge it. Like, I couldn't even begin, you know what I mean, to know how they would pay their wrestlers. I couldn't even imagine. You might be right. I don't know. I just feel like with R-Truth being around.
I could be completely wrong. But anyway, I derailed us before anything. So, I'm going to hit my old Barry Horowitz. That's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm stealing Horowitz's gimmick. anytime I like what I do, I'm going to pat myself on the back.
I mean, no, there's a lot of people that probably won't even know who the fuck you're talking about. So I think it's okay.
Hold on, that watch and listen to this show. Barry Horowitz. I'm going to say, of our 4 listeners, I think they all know who they are. Scott definitely does. Scott's older than him. Bill's weird enough to know. Eggy.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Kyle.
All right. Yeah, I'll give you those 4. I'll give you those.
But that's all. That's the only people that listen.
Yeah. So I just looked it up real quick because I'm not going to get off this subject till I figure it out, or to somewhat of an answer. Sportskeeda has it reported that he's worth $3 million, but his salary is $550.
550 grand.
Yeah.
Interesting. Good for him. You know what? Good for him. He deserves it.
Yeah, I mean that's what it says. 550.
That's a good salary.
I mean, how true it is, obviously we don't know, but
he's been with them forever.
That's what I'm saying.
He would have had to have gotten pay increases somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I mean, we've seen from like documentaries and stuff, Vince really loved R-Truth. So like, I think that sounds about right. I think 550 sounds about right for R-Truth.
All right, so we've gotten into math. We've gotten to R-Truth. Now, sidetrack a little bit more. Randy Orton. Dude, Randy fucking Orton. Another guy.
I'll tell you what, man.
20s.
Best of his career, I think he looked. He's best of his career.
Shit. Prayers and vitamins, baby. Prayers and vitamins.
Yeah, that's exactly what did it. Yeah.
Dude, he was going with an injury.
Year and a half, right?
Dude, he put on some serious fucking size. Not like bad size.
No, good.
Like he's a fucking monster.
And he looks just as crisp, and timing was perfect. Like, I mean, granted, obviously it was War Games, so there was easy ways to hide that, but like all his power slams and all, and just everything. It just, like, he never missed a beat.
Look, if there's anything about Randy Orton, yes, he can have a great match. But what we love about Randy Orton is that he is a master at his craft. He is a master at his craft. I mean, what did we say last time? He's the modern day Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, John Cena said that he is this generation's Shawn Michaels. And it's hard to argue with that. You know what I mean? He's right.
Here's the thing, though. Orton's career lasted a long time. I think he surpasses him. And I'm not saying this as any shade towards Shawn Michaels or Shawn Michaels fans, a la you. But I don't know, man. Orton, he's got the titles behind him. He's got more. I think he's what? 3rd or 4th most?
Yeah, we talked about that before. Yeah.
I think he's right behind Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
But and just everybody that he's been in a storyline with.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's hard to argue. It is. Orton is up there for sure.
I'm pretty sure we had a show about this, but I still think he's somehow underappreciated. Like he's not in the conversation enough of like greatest of all time. Because god damn it, he could be. Where's the argument against it? I mean, the only thing I don't know, man, but I'll tell you this new generation in the RKO, I mean, they know it, they get it, it goes viral. Like that would be like your weird, like if someone was a draw, like, dude, that's crossed over to fucking some sort of culture, pop culture, something. It's crossed over to the internet. So Quinn left the fucking stain on the fucking tablet, and it was right on your bald head. So,
Thank you for cleaning off my head. Appreciate that.
It was very, very distracting.
Because my head isn't shining enough in this light. You had to clean it up a little bit.
Big flop right on top of it. I don't know what the fuck it was. God only knows, but it was right on your dome. And I was in the middle. I could see it, and I could hear myself rambling because I was just fixated on that. But I don't know, man. I think just looking at WWE's roster and inserting Randy Orton back into the mix, like gearing up for, let's face it, the most wonderful time of the year. You got fucking Royal Rumble, my favorite, my personal favorite, and that's the road to WrestleMania in Philadelphia. The roster that they have right now, the card that they could potentially put on, could be one of the best we've ever seen. Back-to-back nights. It has that type of potential of like, they could just fucking jam-pack this one with fire.
Yeah, no argument here. I agree.
You just look at like the fucking, like the matches that aren't going to be as big, like with the people that aren't like the main, but you have Logan Paul, who's the U.S. champion, who's, let's face it, when he's in there, you know he's in there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, he's going to try to become a champion, a main champion, a heavyweight champion.
Wow, but also with Logan Paul, he already came out not long after he won the title from Ray and said that he's retiring from boxing and he's focusing his eyes now are on WWE for good. Like that makes it even, imagine how good he could be. He's already great being what, 4 or 5 matches, 5 matches, 6 matches, maybe.
I think more than 5.
Okay, so, and he's been doing boxing. He's been doing it. Now he's focusing on WWE. That's a scary thought for a Logan Paul who's great.
That's one of those fucking, another one of those weird crossovers. Like he goes into pop culture or social media culture, whatever the fuck we're going to call it.
It's pop culture. It's pop culture. It's popular culture.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Social media is popular culture.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the modern day crossover. Like, well, he'll have millions and millions of followers just because of what he did prior. Now he wants Eddie's actually good. He's actually good in the ring.
Yeah. Really good.
That's the fucked up part. Like, he's actually really good. So we don't know who he's going to be mixed up with. You got Becky, Charlotte, Bayley. You got a quote unquote rumor of Sasha Banks coming back for the Rumble.
I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I even believe that yet. I don't know if my mind is ready to even comprehend that yet. Like we haven't even come off of. We're not even 3 days removed or 4 days removed from Survivor Series.
Don't say his name yet.
I said Survivor Series.
Okay, I'm just fucking. But here's the thing, though. It's become where it was the hated place to be. It's become the hot spot of places to be. Like I think smart people want to work there. I think the talent's the best. I think the storylines have been the best. The presentation, the what am I looking for? Not ambiance. The whole. It's WrestleMania. It's Royal Rumble. They got all the biggest events in the world. Like I feel like now it's like all of a sudden like now I want to work at this place. Like Sasha Banks would probably love to come back now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not disagreeing because I don't think that she would want to come back. I don't know.
You don't think it could happen? Did she?
No.
She didn't leave on bad terms.
No. Well, I mean, they walked out on the company. That's kind of bad terms.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that one.
But I mean, Sasha is a Triple H kid. You know what I mean? She's NXT Black and Gold. So, and look, anybody can come back regardless. At this point, we've seen it now. We've
ultimate word.
Anybody. Bruno. Bruno is another one. Like, there's just anybody can fucking come back. So it's not that. It's just, like I said, for me, I don't think I can wrap my head around it yet. Like, I'm kind of just still seeing what's developing already.
I want to twist and turn that mind, and now I'll segue into what the show will probably veer off for probably a half hour, if not more, rant. What if you get AJ Lee in the fucking Royal Rumble? Do you imagine the pop though?
The pop for her, yeah, absolutely, would be great. But
just
I
like
was
a
never.
part of, you wouldn't think it would happen?
No. I don't know what her status is as far as injuries and go. I know she was banged up a lot, and I don't know if she can still wrestle or not. Maybe not. I have no idea. I'm not saying she can't. I just don't know.
They cleared Edge. They cleared fucking Daniel Bryan, and they cleared Paige. Anybody cleared now?
True.
Now we're just waiting on Big E.
But I don't know. I don't know if I want to see AJ. Like what? Like for what? What am I seeing her? What am I looking forward to AJ Lee for?
Her with this fucking roster?
Was she? She blew you. Like, was she one of your favorite female wrestlers? Like, I don't understand. I don't. She didn't make that much of a mark on me to where I can remember what she did. What I can't.
She was also in the Bella era.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, I don't even. It's a question for me. Was she good?
Yes, she was good. She was just overshadowed by the freaking Bellas.
All right, I'm gonna take your word for it because I mean, I know which. I know she lost to Paige. Lost to Paige on Paige's first night on Raw and lost the title.
Yeah, that's after she had the title for a while.
Again, okay, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not like. I just
to say I'm not having this argument right now. Anyway,
I just things like that. Like there are certain people I don't think should come. Yeah. I think Ospreay staying in AEW is a good move for Ospreay. I don't think he translates well over into a WWE style. Maybe he would, but I don't think he did or would. You still talking about someone we haven't seen in a long time who is signed to a contract? AJ Styles. You add AJ Styles on the WWE TV. Where has he been? Add him onto this roster because he hasn't been on TV at all. Like this stacked roster is ridiculous.
They're going to be letting a lot of people go.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people that get let go. They're going to have to cycle through. That's a shame because the talent is incredible. There's so much. They're at the point again where they fucking can't get everyone on TV because of the storylines that they're running.
Yeah, because everything's taken up all the time. Like, and it's good. It's good time too.
Yeah, it's not like it's garbage. And you're like, well, where is that person? Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Although fucking, what was it? Was it Ivar? It was Ivar. Ivar and Bronson Reed. Dude, that had some there was throwback type match. Like the two big fucking dudes just beating the living hell out of each other into the stands, and then the facial fucking expression.
Yeah.
So I'm not really huge on Bronson Reed, but I did watch that. Surprisingly, I watched, I will say all of Raw, but in pieces.
I agree.
I fell asleep early, but it was something that I actually tuned into and watched. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was very fun.
Yeah, it was a great match. Those two absolutely killed it.
No, but here's the thing though. The whole show was fun. I didn't really I checked out on a couple things. I checked out on Nia Jax. Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Slap at the base. Big time. But for the most part, enjoyable show. I mean, it had nothing to do with the last 10 minutes.
The enjoyment of the show had nothing to do with the last 10 minutes, is what you're saying.
No, but it kind of did because I was in a good mood already because I was excited. I was excited, and of course, we are alluding to the clip, not that clip, but the person in the clip that we showed in the beginning of the show. Did we think this was going to happen? Were we on here? Like we logistically thought about it.
So look, we'll go back to the table for four. We had Scott and Bill, and we were sitting at this table here, and we booked him all the way to Mania. Like, you know what I mean? We kept saying, and before we were talking about was he the problem and all that, and we dove into CM Punk for the fact that we didn't want to talk about him. We dove into CM Punk for that hour-long conversation, probably about 35, 40 minutes. But I remember asking you, and I said, well, we were driving down to Suplex Vintage Wrestling. I said, what's the percentage? What do you think? Does he come
5.
back? And you said 5%. And then Eggy reached out to me on Twitter or X, whatever. And he asked me, and I said, I said 30% because I kind of felt like it was going to happen, but I obviously wasn't that sure. He said 10.
30% still isn't a favorable percentage. You win, but you still win at a losing percentage.
Well, yeah, absolutely, because of the likelihood of it happening, which is why it was such a shock, is because not a lot of people thought that it would actually happen. Like, people wanted it to happen. People were like, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. All that speculation where WWE higher-ups came out and were like, no, we don't know anything about it. We've never had these conversations, which at that point was probably the truth. But I mean,
who knows? Who knows? Yeah. It's wrestling. It's wrestling.
Of course.
And if they're utilizing the social media the way they're supposed to and going back and forth and just playing people off of each other, people that'll say anything, just be like, oh, no, we never talked to them.
Yep. Yeah, no, absolutely. Why would you? But the thing was, like, so we were down, like I said, we were at Suplex Vintage Wrestling, which, by the way, you got to go to this shop if you haven't been there. It is amazing.
I got that shirt there.
Yeah, the Tommy Dreamer Reese's Cup shirt, badass, that Joe is wearing.
I got that there.
So we're watching that, and during when Randy Orton was supposed to come out, I got my phone out and I started videoing. Because I'm like, man, I think if he's coming out, it's this point, because Randy was nowhere to be found. And then Randy came out, and I put my phone down, and I was like, fuck. I'm like, all right, well, I guess it's not happening. And then they go to that lower third, and
everyone thought that.
Dude, there was a guy sitting. I know you were in the back of the store, but I was more up in the middle because I wanted to see the reaction and be where all the people were sitting right there in the store. And there was a guy sitting over to my right, sitting down, and he was like, end the show. Come on, end the show. Bring up the lower third, end the show. Like, I guess obviously he didn't want to see CM Punk come out. And like the lower third came up. He was like, yes, yes. And like cheering that the lower third came up. That music hit. And like, look, what was there? 12 people, 15 people in there with us, right?
Oh, you were in their 20s, probably in their 20s.
So, but that emotion, the reaction when that music hit in that little store on South Street,
I was in shock.
Dude, I have goosebumps just saying it because it was so fucking cool. No one knew it. I put my hands on my head and I was like, I cannot believe they pulled it off. Like, I was in disbelief.
I went blank. Like, I almost like black. Because I was turned around and I heard the music. And I turned and I was like, huh? And I was so fucking like, I was in such disbelief. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, I woke up the next day, still not believing it.
Yeah.
Like I woke up the next day. I was like, for once, when I woke up, the first thing I thought about was wrestling, and it was just like, that's no way that happened last night. I was like. And it didn't, I rarely do things take a while to sink in for me. Like, I'm usually pretty, like, in in with my emotion. Like they're pretty much hit right away.
Yeah.
But I said I watched it again and I watched it again and I watched the clips and I watched everything there was, and I was like, it brought me so much joy. Like I was so happy in that moment. Like I was just like, I was like, I can't believe it. I was like, and now I'm just at this point of where like I don't care how it goes or what happens. Like he came back to WWE. Like that, like I love WWE, like WWF, WWE. Like that's why I give fucking AEW so much shit, because I don't think they do it as well. And I mean, good for them for trying to do something different, but I feel like there's so much shit going on. But that's not about them. It's about like this. They have the best talent. They have all my favorite people for the most part.
Till January. Once January comes, you won't have to say for the most part anymore. Once Sting retires, it's WWE has all your favorites. Well,
yeah,
you like Orange. You like Orange Cassidy.
I love Orange Cassidy,
Yeah.
but I mean Orange Cassidy I love just because mainly because we saw him live, and the first time we saw him live, that was like one of those instantaneous moments. Like this is fucking great.
Yeah.
And every time I've seen him afterwards, I was like, it still doesn't get old. I love it.
I agree.
It's cool. But I don't put him on the same magnitude as like CM Punk.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
I loved Edge and Christian, but actually, I still love Edge and Christian.
And Jericho.
And Jericho. Like, but I could anyone else on that roster is kind of like iffy. I mean, like some people, but like, the meat and potatoes are in WWE.
Yeah.
That's my familiarity.
Mm-hmm.
It still feels like when I watch that, and even Saturday night, it gives you that childhood type feeling. You're like, oh my God. You're like, this is how I felt like back then.
Yeah.
This is the type of feeling I felt, like just shock. Like that's how I would feel back then. Like shocked and happy.
Yeah.
That was shocked and happy.
That was, I mean, and that's the consensus, I think, with everyone. You see these reaction videos that are going out, and like I can't get enough of them. I think they're funny as hell, but like every time I see it, it's genuine. And you know what? I think that's the difference. And someone called in the Busted Open yesterday. I was listening to it, and I listened to the whole.
You always find a way.
What do you mean?
For Busted Open, you always get them in. You squeeze them in there.
It's the best. It's a fucking wrestling radio show 7 days a week. Why wouldn't I listen to it?
I'm just saying your ability to squeeze in Busted Open into these shows is becoming like very impressive.
But anyway, I listened to the entire show for all 3 hours, and I'd never listened to it live. I usually listen to podcasts on my way home or whatever, but I listened to all 3 hours live on Monday morning because I wanted to hear their reaction. I wanted to hear Bully Ray, LaGreca, and Mark Henry and all that.
I wanted to hear about CM Punk.
Yes.
He is a fucking draw.
Yeah.
He's a fucking...
Absolutely.
The biggest one that AEW had.
Yes, but the question I wanted to ask you is because they brought this up, and I don't think there's even a doubt about it. And a caller made a good point about it. Bigger debut, him in AEW or him in WWE. I don't think it's close because you knew he was coming to AEW. You knew it. Like the Last Dance or whatever it was called. That Last Dance is the Jordan thing, but whatever it is, like that, everyone knew he was coming. The entire crowd is chanting CM Punk the entire time. It was more of an anticipation pop, like because you knew it was happening. Where WWE, like the genuine surprise, shock, never thinking this was a possibility, no matter how much you talked about it or speculation was about it. No one really could have told you that morning on Saturday, CM Punk's coming back. And look, you gave it 5%. Like, no, you'd be like, no, he's not. Like, you could say that, but no.
I was at the point of where I was like, you know what? I talked myself to the point I was like, I don't think they're going to do it because I don't think they need them. I don't think they need them. That was where I was like, the talent pool is so deep. The storylines are pretty much already there. There's a couple that are in limbo and that could have been decided easily. It could still been amazing. I was like, I talked myself out of it. I was like, I don't, but once it happened, I was like, this is now the place to be. Now this is where the big boys play. It was one of those, like, as soon as he comes out, you're like, oh my God. I was like, you're gonna get Seth and fucking Punk. They were building this before this was even a thought. Like this is a culmination of God knows how long. Like this. If it wasn't stupid fucking Roman's fault, I want this match as the main event. I'd be fine. Here, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this right now. I'll be fine if Cody Roman goes Saturday. I want Punk Seth.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I was going to ask you this question as well because I thought about it today on my drive. If you could book one CM irrelevant. It only takes you 1 minute to come up with a thought. Like what? Anyway, irrelevant. Like I said, you could book one CM Punk WrestleMania main event. What would it be? So obviously yours is Seth and Punk, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
1,000%.
I don't know if mine is.
All right, who you get?
Because I kind of want Punk Austin.
No, because it falls into that whole Sting hour. Austin ain't giving you a 5. It falls into the whole Sting story. Austin's not giving you a 5-star match. The story's not going to be there.
I don't give a shit about a 5-star match.
Well, yeah, you're a hypocrite, aren't you?
No.
Aren't you a hypocrite?
No.
Yeah.
I never said that's all I care about.
Why can't I have Sting Flair?
Because they're 70.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. It's a big fucking difference.
No, it does not. I want it for nostalgia. What do you want it for?
I want it for story. I want it for the promos.
The story's over once that happens.
What? What story's over?
Austin fucking Punk. You think they're going to bring Austin back?
Wait, what do you mean do I think they're going to bring Austin back? They already have brought Austin back. What are we talking about here?
For longevity, for like storylines and shit?
No, absolutely not. All I want is a build to Mania. That's it. We got it with KO and fucking Austin.
You're not getting that build to Mania.
What?
No, it's Punk Seth.
Don't get me wrong. I want to see Punk Seth, but not more than I want to see Austin and Punk. This is what that's one thing Punk has always wanted is him and Austin.
I don't know. I don't think that's think that's good enough. That's
Do you remember the sit down for the video game when they're sitting across from each other?
Yes.
Like that we get that. We could get that for a month or two of them just talking. Like I think it would be fucking amazing. Like I mean, not that I'm saying you should want that more than Seth Punk, but like, how can you dismiss it and be like, no, that's not like what? As an Austin fan, how?
I will say this: as a huge Steve Austin fan, I still want to see Seth and Punk. I think the story's better. I think the story's no. I'm saying if I had the choice, I would still want Seth and Punk. I just think the story's better. It's more relevant. It's fresher. I mean, the match is going to be better. I think it's also smarter because Austin takes over that fucking pop. Austin and Mania. I don't think they want to do that to Punk.
I mean, why? Why can't you get 2 monster pops? What does that matter?
I mean, I mean, theoretically, I think you could, but I think fucking Austin steals the fucking show. I think it's Punk's show to steal, but I think Austin steals that show.
I think he's getting a main event no matter what this year, whether it's 1 or 2 is irrelevant. Now, granted, I understand why you want him on night 2, but dude, can you I'd much rather be sitting there night 2 and hear the glass shatter and see CM Punk versus Austin than but I want to see your match. But
I will say this: I will be greedy. I don't need Punk Austin, but I still want to hear the glass shatter.
I mean, I get that.
Here's the thing, though. I don't really want to see Austin in the match. I kind of want to I want to hear the glass shatter. I want him to come out. I just want him to do his Austin thing and then stun someone and leave. I mean, that's all I really want him for. I want the fucking 5-star talked about match thing that's going to carry over to the future.
All right. I mean, I get that. And I get you're going to get a lot of story. You're going to get a long build, a lot longer build than you're going to get with Austin, with Seth and Punk. I get that. And I want that too. I'm not saying I don't. But if there's a possibility of getting Austin Punk, I don't know. I can't pay. I want it so bad because Seth is going to be there. Punk is going to be there. According to all reports, he's been there. He's going to be there for a multi-year deal. But so actually, you know what? I got an idea. Hold on.
Who does this? Just leaves mid-show. Leaves it to me.
So I figured I'd bring on a Punk fan. I mean, an avid Punk fan.
Do I have to switch over?
Yeah, you have to switch over.
How the fuck do I do that? Come on, man. You gotta fucking. All right. This is like a big reveal. What is going on here? Whoa.
So.
Hold on. I still don't know how to do this. Shows. I don't want another participants. I just want you to switch me over. Nope. So, I lost. I'm out. I'm on.
So, by the way, Joe has no idea that you're on. I'm not going to say your name until.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Hey, there he is!
Hold on, I still don't know how to get him on the screen.
So, everybody who may not remember or doesn't know, this is our buddy Kyle. We are live in the middle of the show, so you're joining in the middle of the show.
Okay, cool.
Joe had no idea you were coming on. So
I did not. He's a dick for doing that. So on the week of the Niners Eagles, come on, man.
How about that?
Don't get me wrong.
That, right?
that wasn't lost on me. Don't get me wrong. I kind of wanted to do that too.
You're trying to give me an omen?
So since CM Punk walked out after Royal Rumble, there is no one who has been more loyal and more believing than Kyle here that CM Punk would eventually be back, or wanting CM Punk back more than Kyle. So I think it would have been a disservice if we didn't have Kyle on the show, and when the literally 2-3 days after Punk made his debut and came back, that we brought Kyle on to talk more about CM Punk.
It's very apropos of you, Larry. Very good.
It's, believe me, and it's just a bonus that he's a Niners fan and I get to annoy Joe. That's other thing too.
Just don't like life, Larry.
You don't like life.
So Kyle, what was your reaction? Could you believe your eyes?
You know what? No, I didn't think he was going. I heard the rumors that he might be coming back, but I didn't think he was going to come back at Survivor Series. I thought that once they got through the main event, I was like, okay, so it's just Randy Orton. I was shocked whenever his music hit. I was shocked. I was like, what? I never expected him to come back now. I was hoping that he would come back at some point. I was thinking maybe sometime next year. I was thinking maybe more like Royal Rumble, but the fact that he came back at Survivor Series, I was just like, wow. And then, I text you and I was like, please, just let him be on night two. Just let him be on night two. Just night two. I don't care what he does. I don't even care if he just comes out and just does a promo. Just come out night. I don't care if he just come out and waves to the fans. Just come out and just come out night two. That's all I. That's all I care.
So this, does he know about what we just talked
No.
about?
No.
So the discussion that you're coming into is,
okay,
if we were to dream book an opponent for CM Punk for night two.
Yeah.
So Larry has Austin Punk, and I have Punk Rollins.
Ooh. Austin Punk would be awesome just because of that whatever that interview is that they did a few years ago with JR.
The video game sit
cool.
down.
Yeah. I don't think Austin would do it. You guys think Austin would come back and do that? And he had his one match with KO.
Dude stays in shape, and he still looked great against KO. In the right circumstance, I think he would do it. He knows it's money.
Yeah.
And he would make a fucking payday. So I think he would do it. Will they do it? I think Joe's match is probably the more likely of the two.
Here, how about I do
I agree.
Larry, how about I do this?
Mm-hmm.
I meet in the middle.
Okay.
We get Punk Rollins at Mania night 2, and then immediately following WrestleMania, we have Broken Skull with Punk and Austin.
Ooh. Oh man. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good.
Are you content with that?
I mean, I am.
You can't please the unpleasable.
I am. Don't get me wrong. I am. But again, like you said before Kyle came on, I want to hear the glass shatter at Mania. I want that moment.
Hey, so I said what Kyle said about Punk. As long as the glass shatters and he comes out and stuns someone, I don't care who it is. Just stun someone, have the glass shatter, drink a couple beers, and go off on your four-wheeler. That's all I need.
Yeah.
But give me Punk Rollins, and then give me Austin Punk, Broken Skull.
If all that combined, yes, I agree.
Okay.
So if it's Punk Rollins, is it for the title?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Punk wins the Rumble. I think he's already, even without it, only Cody's announced. I think Punk is the heavy favorite to win the Rumble. Because I don't think they're bringing anybody else back that's going to top that. And I think they pull the trigger on it. And I think he teases him and Roman because of Heyman. I think that's where we get our Heyman interactions.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be him and Rollins because Rollins is claiming to be the best in the world. Can't be the best in the world unless you beat the best in the world. The story writes itself. The shit talking that Rollins has done this whole time about how he doesn't want to see CM Punk back in a WWE ring, it's all there. It was cooked for WrestleMania, and it should be served as the main event night 2.
Ooh, night 2 main event?
Yeah. He's saying already. This has already happened now. He's already pushed Cody and Roman to night 1 to have Rollins to have Rollins and Punk too.
Here's the thing. Roman was a placeholder. Punk is the bigger draw.
I agree.
Thank you. I knew you brought him on for a reason.
I mean, Larry already knows how I feel about Punk in the main event of WrestleMania. So yeah, I have no problem.
But look, selfishly, I understand why you say night 2. But if it's night 1, Rollins and Punk, he's still main eventing WrestleMania.
It's true.
Yeah, but I still think
that's true.
I think that one's the more talked about. I think that one is the bigger deal. I think that one, even though you're building fucking Cody and Rowan for 2 years, Punk is the bigger name. He's the biggest name you got now. Look at what did they do over social media alone? 77 million?
Dude, it's ridiculous. The numbers are
77
ridiculous.
million. And it's what? Fucking a couple days?
Yeah.
Roman ain't touching those numbers.
Yep.
Roman Cody ain't touching those numbers. Punk's entrance at WrestleMania will be the most viewed of the event, of the whole event, by wrestling fans. Now, Logan Paul is going to draw different eyes.
Yeah, Logan will draw different. I mean,
if you have a Bad Bunny appearance, he's going to do some numbers.
I don't know. I don't see WWE taking Roman Cody out of that main spot. Like I don't.
Roman's been their guy, but I mean, I know loyalty and whatnot, but business is business, and Triple H knows what business is. He's Mr. Best for Business. I mean, what kind of flack are you gonna get? Are you gonna have more like leading up to it? If you know you got Cody, say you're like a month out, and you know you got Cody Roman and you got Seth Punk. People are gonna speak. People are gonna tell you what should be the main event.
That's true. Yeah, I agree there. The people and the fans will dictate which way that goes.
How do you think Roman would feel about that? How do you think he would feel about main event? Be upset?
I don't know, man. Here's the thing. Roman puts on the big act of being the big dog and everything like that, but isn't he just a company guy?
Yeah.
I mean,
he is.
Isn't he just the company guy? He's been the champion for 6 years. I mean, that's enough. Here's what I don't want to happen. Punk main eventing night one, and Cody and Roman both getting fucking booed because they're not CM Punk.
I don't know if that's going to happen though. If you're already getting CM Punk Rollins at the end of night one, that's the night one crowd. No one in night two is going to be booing when you're going to get you're getting the payoff to a 2-year story at that point, and you're getting Cody Rhodes bringing that title that his dad never won. Everything's still invested in that.
Not only that, we don't know how many people that are going to be there that were there for night one. So I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have like 30,000 people that fucking went to both nights.
Yeah.
Who have already seen it. But you could have 20, 25,000 people that didn't see it live and boo them.
If this was in the Wells Fargo Center and it was an all Philly crowd, I would probably agree with you. But because we're going to have a lot of people traveling
you're gonna get a 60% Philly-ish crowd.
Yeah.
Maybe less. I don't know. I'm just throwing numbers out there at this point.
Well, so aside from booking,
what do you guys think about?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask, like, what about if you have Roman and Cody start night two? You know what they always say: if you're not going on last, then going first, the next thing. What if you have them start night two? Have them open the show.
What do you fucking do on night one? Like all those people for the first night of WrestleMania, if you're doing Cody Roman starting and Punk and Rollins closing, what the fuck? I mean, what's your like Jay and Jimmy? Is that your main event? You know what I mean? Night one,
Yeah,
if
Jay
that's the case.
Jimmy.
Here's you get a Sammy KO main event.
Yes.
Sammy KO.
They could
one of those.
They're at the point of
online.
probably a starter, not a finisher. That match is probably an opener for a night. So that's probably what you would get for an opener of night 1 or 2. Would be Sammy KO. I want them to bring back the fucking ladder match. I want them to bring back the Intercontinental ladder match and have Zack Ryder come out as the mystery the mystery guy.
It's so funny how selfish we all three of us are because we're only going to night 2 that we're booking fucking Cody and Roman the first match and Rollins Punk the second. Like fuck night 1, we just want everything on night 2.
No, but here's the thing though. This is the type of card like if this was New York, if this is when we went in New York and it was whatever number that was,
35.
35. I'll stay for 8 hours of incredibleness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's the thing, though. They didn't have this strength. They didn't have this strength in card. Now they do. Now they have the numbers. Because you got a match with you got Gunther on the card. Could be a great match. You got Punk, you got Rollins, you got Cody, you got Roman, you got Jimmy and Jay. Give me that fucking card. What the hell? You got Becky and Rhea potentially.
Yeah.
And then you probably got, I don't know, maybe you get an EO Bailey.
Yeah,
Did they
you
build
might.
that somewhere?
Oh, you look, and you're leaving out Nakamura. You're leaving out an AJ Styles.
I'm leaving out Nakamura only because I want to know. He's bringing chaos. He said he's bringing chaos. He's bringing Okada.
Okada is not coming by WrestleMania.
Yes, but here's the thing, though. Neither was Punk.
That's true.
They've opened my eyes, and now I have all this blind hope. It's the destination to be.
It is.
You want to get paid?
Yeah, right now, yeah, anything's possible now. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Sasha Banks popped back.
That's what I said.
He said that earlier.
Here it is.
Yeah,
WWE's ground zero.
Yeah.
It is the spot to be. It's where all the eyes are going to be. We're going to talk their numbers, how bad they were beating AEW prior. My God.
Did you guys talk about how AEW's feeling about this now? Now they got Punk, they got Cody, they got Jade. Like,
I mean, we haven't said that, and that's one thing I'm glad that CM Punk didn't say anything about AEW. He didn't shoot from the hip. He never even said anything. I know a lot of people were like, oh, what's he going to say with a live mic? Look, anticipating this, when we thought that there's a possibility he could have came months ago, that was the one thing the reason I wanted him in WWE, because I wanted him to grab a live mic and completely tear AEW apart. But after watching that promo last night, I was happy he didn't, because it's just like the WWE mindset. They don't exist. They are not competition. We don't need to talk to them. You know what I mean? So, like, why bring them up? This is about you. It's about WWE and what we're going to do. So I'm kind of glad he didn't do the negative and just basically focus on now and just be CM Punk instead of, you know what I mean, trashing the Young Bucks and Kenny and Jungle Boy or whoever, like, or sarcastically saying all these different hints and subtly doing it. Like, just he was just CM Punk and he's back and he's happy to be back. I like that a lot better than him just being negative.
Here's the thing, though. He doesn't have to be. There's enough talent in WWE where he doesn't have to focus on the past now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to focus on that. He's got everything that he needs in front of him. He's got nothing behind him. He did what he needed to do in AEW. He had his matches, and that was pretty much it. He ran through the card, and that's all he needed to do. Honestly, this whole thing with AEW and how they had basically a firing squad to fire CM Punk or disciplinary board, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
Look, you got to, even if Bryan Danielson was on this board and he was part of one of the people that fired Punk, he probably gave Punk what he wanted. He understands the business. Punk wants out, I'm going to give him out. Even if he did, he understands. He came from there too.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what it's about.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is. What it is. He could have been doing him a favor.
That's true. I mean, I see that.
Punk had nothing left to do in AEW. He had nothing left. There was nothing he needed to do. There's plenty for him to do now. Plenty for him to do.
since we said about moving forward, and you're saying Punk has plenty to do, and I thought Nakamura probably, I mean, aside from Rollins, but I didn't believe that they would start with Rollins. I feel like that's going to be more of a build, like you said, to Mania. And Nakamura attack Cody, which I love. I think that's going to be a really good placeholder, at least until the Rumble. Who's his first opponent? What's the first feud that CM Punk has?
I heard they signed Jack Perry, so I think it's going to be him. But they're not calling him Jungle Boy. They're calling him Rainforest Man.
Kyle, do you have a person in mind that you'd want to see start?
I didn't really think about it. I'm trying to think of who the. You know what? It's funny because I kind of halfway thought that he was going to come out last night and turn heel, but I guess that's too early for that. But I don't know. I don't know who he could go up against first. Trying to think of the heels on the roster.
I mean, he could do what he did in AEW and take one of the newer, younger talent and give them a little rub, because that's what he did with Darby when he first came in. But he also got to work with Sting in the interim with that.
Yeah.
But I don't know who would the young talent be that he would work with.
Yeah, I mean, first. Go ahead, Kyle.
You know, no, here, I'll give you one. I want to see him work Balor.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That's what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Balor Punk. Give me that. And if I don't get that, if AJ Styles needs something to do, I'll take AJ Styles and fucking CM Punk. Give me one of those two as the starting feud. That's perfect for me.
Yep.
I'll sit back. I'll fucking eat my popcorn and I'll enjoy it.
Yeah, those are really good picks.
If we put anybody, we could put anyone in the slot, and I think anyone's going to work. Right now, it's fresh. I mean, Punk's there. He hasn't really, worked any of these guys. I mean, I know he's been in the ring with Rollins when he was in the Shield, but this is a completely different Rollins. Like, I don't know if he's ever been in the ring with Finn Balor, Kevin Owens.
But I don't know if he's strictly Raw. If we're going to get, you know what I mean? I don't know if AJ Styles, I think he's on Monday Night Raw, so I think that obviously that could work. I was thinking either, and I know they're both on SmackDown and they're doing this kind of, not a tag team, but a partnership, either Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I would love to see Punk Waller. Not a big fan of, obviously, of Austin Theory, but Grayson Waller and Punk would be amazing.
Yeah, but I think you're going to see maybe someone a little bit more seasoned. I mean, I think you might start off with a fire feud right off the bat.
Yeah.
I'd even take Sami Zayn. Give me Sami Zayn fucking CM Punk.
Yeah, I mean, you have a whole reset now. Now that the War Games and Survivor Series is over and you can stop thinking this team thing. Hopefully, Balor, I think, is a solid. Balor and AJ might be the best two, period, on the Raw roster, because at least they're both Raw superstars. Depending if Punk is going to go, I feel like he's going to stay on Raw. But yeah, I agree. I think those two, you can't be beaten, either one of them.
I don't think they want to pull the trigger on Heyman Punk yet.
No.
I think you gotta pocket that one, because Roman's going to be leaving. Heyman's going to need something to do. Goes back begging CM Punk to come back, turn him into the heel. Oh, man. You got to wait on that, though. He's fresh. He's hot. Yeah. He's popular. They're chanting his name. Got to give it a little time to breathe. Then you bring Heyman in, and he rain the booze.
Yeah, if we're believing that he has a multi-year deal and we got at least 3 years of Punk, there's no need to rush anything. Yeah, that's why I think it's all worth it. You know what I mean?
Let them put on bangers with the fucking talent that they got on Raw. Then we'll worry about it. Because there's plenty of pickings.
Well, I mean,
And,
I think
and
that
Riddle can continue to hate from a distance.
yeah, exactly. Yes. I think that'll do it. Kyle, thanks for hopping on. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Any words you two have to say to each other before this game?
Yeah, I said go Birds.
Go Niners. Hopefully, we'll actually have a quarterback who can finish the game. Hopefully.
Oh, we know we got a quarterback that can finish the game.
Yeah, true. Hopefully ours can.
All
Could be
right.
another stressful week.
Yeah, the way the Eagles win games, it's going to be very stressful.
Dude, I can't believe from the whole game, from the first minute to the last minute, I just can't breathe the whole time. And then
it's gonna be like that for another 3 hours.
Dude, man, then they put a 59-yard field goal in the rain with the wind against them, and then overtime on me. Dude, I was going fucking nuts. And then Brandon Graham comes out and said they want the ball. He said, we don't need it. Game over.
That's ballsy until you lose. Like that took a lot of balls to say that. That's hard. That's like that Thanksgiving game where I forget who it was. He was like, "We want the ball. We're going to score," and then they lose.
Yeah.
Good job.
Hasselbeck.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I would say good luck, but
you don't mean it.
I said I would say good luck, but I don't mean it.
No.
We'll be talking Sunday night late.
Yeah.
Not only
one
that,
of us is going to be pissed.
Not only that, Kyle. Friday night, Sixers Celtics. So we got a number.
You
game
know
number 3.
what?
Yo,
It's both you guys this weekend.
Yeah.
It's both you guys this weekend.
Kyle, I'm on the same side as you on that one, though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm on your side. The big man can't be stopped. Triple double.
Triple double. That's it.
Yeah,
Triple
against the
double
shit Lakers. The Lakers fucking suck.
Yo, man, but you're still beating an NBA team by 40 plus. You're doing something right.
Yeah.
They're still an NBA team. As much as they don't play like it, they're still an NBA team.
That's all right.
They're talking about Kelly Oubre might come back Friday. That's crazy.
Really?
They're saying he might be. Yeah, I heard that today. He said he might be ready to play by Friday.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
So I heard rumors of them possibly getting Zach LaVine because he wants out of the fucking Bulls because they suck ass.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of think that they're good with speed and Maxey. I just think they just need to build around and get some good quality role players, kind of like what Denver did. So I don't know. I got to think about that.
We get 1 or 2 lockdown defenders. That'd be nice.
I would love Alex Caruso from Chicago. I would love if we got him.
I mean, that could be a possible. I mean, they freed up some cap space.
Yeah.
Deal together. You're not going to lose. You're not going to get rid of the heart of the team.
No. We got a bunch of first round picks and
Got a bunch of first round picks for years.
Yeah. So
anything's possible. Sorry, Larry's cringing over there.
No, you're right. And no, look, I get it. Anything's possible except getting out of the second round for you guys. So I mean, it's that doesn't seem to be possible.
You guys didn't choke at all last year.
Look, at least my team didn't give up.
True, man.
At home in a clinching game.
Guess what? That cancer's gone. We removed it.
Embiid gave up 2. Embiid gave up 2.
Yeah,
that's only because of Harden. He wouldn't have given up had it not been for Harden.
I agree. He saw Harden give up, and he was just like, "Okay, we're not going to win."
And that's your MVP. That's your most valuable player.
No, wow, it was voted on by the powers that be.
Yeah.
Hey, man, he's starting off strong.
He is.
And the Clippers lost last night. Nuggets without Jokic or like that's how bad the Harden effect is. The Clippers are terrible.
The Clippers, they're such a mishmash of players that can't play together. Everybody on that team needs the ball.
Yep.
You got no one that can do anything without the ball.
Yeah, I'm loving every minute of it.
Yep.
It's perfect for us.
Yep.
All right, guys. Who knew we would turn into NBA talk on our show? But
anything's possible.
Yeah.
Possible.
We've established that. So, Kyle, thanks so much for hopping on. Appreciate it. Good seeing you and talking to you.
Yeah.
And
guys.
we hope you
He stole
enjoyed
my
the
move.
show. He did. We hope you
come up with
guys
something else.
enjoyed the show. Thank you for watching and listening. And we'll be talking to you very soon.